what's going on, guys? It's Ruby Games here, and today I'm just going to be doing a overview of a company that I just purchased something for. And as you can see, it's gameplay of a game on Temple of Anubis where I play Hanzo and then Genji second round. So first off, I just want to say that this company that I'm going to be talking about today, they were not, I'm not going to say rude, but they were up there type in a way. What I mean by this is I ordered the Scuf controller. It was the company's Scuf. I ordered a Scuf controller and it came in with the audio port not working, as in when I plugged in the controller, when I turned on with my Astro A40s with the M80 mix amp, I plugged it into the bottom of the controller. Whenever I turned on and off the controller, and occasionally during the game, my controller would just have this huge static noise. And so I called them. They told me to send it in. And then after about a week, they sent it back, and it still had the same exact problem. They said they fixed it when they obviously didn't. And then basically after that, I called them again, and they walked me through power cycling my controller. That didn't work, so they said, okay, send it in again. So I sent it in again, and this time they looked at it even more closely. I had to send it to their top person, Vicky or someone like that. And they still said they couldn't find anything, and I sent them the video of me showing them exactly what to do and how to find it. They emailed me back saying they found it, and sorry, that's my phone. They emailed me back saying they found it, but they could replicate it, but they couldn't fix it, and so they sent it back to me again, broken. And I tried explaining to them that it's just an audio port, because it's the audio port for the controller it's out of place, or it's moved, or something's wrong with it. Just take the controller apart, replace it, or fix it, or something. And they said no, our technology that we do, which basically they said they plug it into some software and it checks every single button on there, but it's not a button. If something's out of place, it's not going to detect that it's out of place, you know. So they obviously couldn't figure that out, that it's a button. So I had to pay a restocking fee when they say nothing's wrong with it, but something is obviously wrong with it. And just so you guys don't think that it's just me going on and saying that it's mine, I went out to Walmart and bought a brand new controller, because when they sent it back, when they sent it back for the second time, they told me that it's because my headset is the older model, and that new headsets, if I buy one from them or buy one from Microsoft or anyone, it will not work because it's apparently an older version. So I went out and bought a brand new Xbox controller, and I plugged it in, worked perfectly fine. I told them that, and they said, sorry, we can't figure something out. So they said, I'll either give you a full refund minus 15%, because obviously nothing's wrong with it when there's something is, and I tried explaining that to them, but no. Or you can take a gift card or whatever to our store, and I honestly didn't want, sorry, I got hair in my mouth. I honestly didn't, I was tempting to take the gift card, but then I just realized I'd have to pay shipping again, and then if it doesn't work, then I have to send it back again. So I just decided to take the refund minus the 15%, because apparently nothing was wrong with it when I showed them multiple videos explaining to them that something is wrong, and they even found it. And yeah, so why I say never buy from Scuf is I feel like that the company, if something's wrong with the controller and it's not mechanically, the A button doesn't work, or you know, a controller thumbstick doesn't work, then they're gonna say fuck you, basically. And so if an audio port gets damaged, or it's out of place, they're not gonna fix it. They're just gonna be like, oh, we found your problem, fuck you, basically. You know, that's the basic main issue that I have with them. Plus their customer support, customer support kept telling me that nothing's wrong with it, I'm sorry, nothing's wrong with it, over and over again, when obviously something is, when it's not making, when all of my other 20 controllers, obviously I don't have 20, I have more around 10, all of my other controllers worked perfectly fine, never had any problems, and I even went out and bought a brand new one to prove them wrong. Still, they say fuck you. I don't get it. I mean, why? I'm speechless basically. I honestly have no idea what to say. Except don't buy a Scuf controller, because if you have an Astro or any other headset that plugs into the Xbox or needs to be plugged into an Xbox controller, don't buy it from Scuf, because you have the possibility of it not working and then them saying basically fuck you. Also, one thing that they did mention for me to do was take my Astro A40 mix amp and plug it into the wall instead of the Xbox. So take my mix amp and plug it into the wall, but that wouldn't make sense, because I'll put a picture of it on the screen right now. As you can see, there's no other way for you to actually plug it into the controller to here. So they say plug it into the wall, which means I can't have any sound, which I don't know. And also they also said, well, either you can, like, they said, why don't you just buy a new headset? And I told them, no, I bought this controller because you're supposed to be the best controllers, and obviously you're shit, because you won't fix this and you can't find this, and maybe you need to update your fucking software and actually, you know, take a look instead of just plugging into the computer and saying, oop, nothing's wrong with it mechanically, with the buttons and everything, so it must be perfectly 100% fine, you know? Anyway, I'm sorry for ranting. This just pissed me off, because I ended up getting a refund at $145, and so the controller cost me $179 or something like that, and then I had to pay shipping on that, so I ended up losing like 30-40 bucks on something that they fucked up in the first place. So if you have any type of headset that plugs in, be it an aux cord or the Microsoft special port, don't buy it from Scuf, because they will fuck you over. If it happens to the audio port to be just slightly out of place or ungrounded correctly, which mine was, and I asked them, can you just take it apart and move it, which they said, oh, nothing's wrong with it, I don't want it, you know, then they will fuck you over. Do not buy from Scuf. I hope this was somewhat of a in-depth review on my experiences with this horrible company. A lot of people say that Scuf's great and everything. My honest opinion about the actual controller and the buttons, they're really hard to press. It takes a lot of force and effort to actually press them. So, like, that's my opinion. And then also these other people who are saying that Scuf's really good, they're getting paid by Scuf, they're getting sponsored by Scuf. Scuf sends them a controller, and they say, basically tell them to make a good review about it. That is why everyone's saying that Scuf's a really good company, when obviously they're not. Their customer support sucks, the repairs suck. And yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you guys did, go ahead and drop a like down below. This is Boy, and just don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you do like the video, because it's at Scuf in the title, whenever you guys like it, then Scuf will get a notification, and they'll see to actually fucking fix their support and their repair team, and hopefully that can happen. And I don't want this happening to any of you guys. Don't buy from Scuf. Please take my own advice. Anyway, this is Boy, and I'm out. Peace.